Imagine 50 billion people wiped out in a single surprise attack. The surviving 40,000 flee into the dark void of space in a ragtag fleet. They want to preserve their civilization. They swear in a president and form a quorum. But when survival hangs by a thread, the first casualty is always the law. Today, we are deconstructing Battlestar Galactica and asking a terrifying question: can democracy survive an extinction event? The state of exception and bare life. Philosopher Giorgio Agamben argues that true sovereignty is defined by the ability to suspend the law during emergencies. This is called the state of exception. In the fleet, the pre-attack constitutional order remains on paper. But normal law becomes useless for determining political action. When the leaders declare that new conditions prevail, the citizens are reduced to what Agamben calls bare life, existence stripped entirely of civil rights. Politics is reduced to Carl Schmitt's brutal binary. You are either a friend or an enemy. The military coup and labor extraction. We see this breakdown of civilian control almost immediately. The military commander resents taking orders from a former schoolteacher turned president. So he assumes the role of the sovereign. He stages a military coup, declares martial law, and deposes her. But the descent into authoritarianism gets darker. The fleet completely abandons liberal labor rights. On the refinery ships, workers face unsafe conditions and child labor. People are reduced to their mechanical output. Bodily autonomy and the Pegasus extremity. Civil liberties are suspended across the board. Abortion rights are banned because population decline makes reproduction a state imperative. Turning citizens into biological resources. Secret tribunals replace due process with vigilante justice. If you want to see the ultimate endpoint of this logic, look at the Battlestar Pegasus. Commanded by Admiral Cain, the Pegasus represents the state of exception, taken to its absolute horrifying conclusion. Efficiency becomes an excuse for atrocity. Reframe and conclusion. But the military isn't the only institution that bypasses democracy. President Roslin weaponizes religion. If you are the dying leader, destined to guide humanity to Earth, you don't need to listen to the Quorum. Prophecy becomes the ultimate authoritarian cheat code. But the show doesn't say democracy is useless. Instead, it shows how fragile it becomes under extreme pressure. Because if human rights are treated as a luxury you can discard for efficiency, you stop being a civilization worth saving. Without rights, you just become the monsters.